This really is a tough day. I can't see a path. The landscape feels just so unreal, and I'm a bit afraid that there's going to be lightning. This is just magical. That was quite tough mentally to keep going. Oh, I'm so desperate now for food. Basically my biggest fear when hiking.
Hi, I'm Elli. I'm a long-distance hiker and backpacker. In May of 2024, I took part in the Great Outdoors Challenge and embarked on a 350-kilometer long solo hike across Scotland. This is part 2 of my adventure. Come join me for days 3 to 5 that saw me hiking out of Knoydart back to civilization and towards Ben Alder.
Good morning everyone! It's another very mild day and I had such a good night's sleep in the Bothy. It was so nice and cozy. It really feels like the end of the world a bit, because no cars, no roads, just a couple of houses of the estate, but it really feels so wild, like you're in the middle of nowhere, and you are in the middle of nowhere. I just set off. It's really early. It's only 7 o'clock, but I have a big day ahead of me. I think almost 19 miles, probably with over 1200 meters of climbing. And the weather is forecast to be a bit unsettled in the afternoon with some thunderstorms and rain. I'm heading over another pass, which sits at I think 550 meters. So I'm just starting to climb up there, then back down on the other side. And then there's a bit of a trickier section, I think, from what I've heard from other hikers, where you have to basically cross another bay. But I'm going to be there at probably around high tide, so I don't know what it's going to be like. Overall, probably a tough day, but I really want to make some good progress because I stopped earlier yesterday. So let's start this third day of my TGO challenge. Let's go! You can take a chance and try once more. Don't let your worries weigh. I'm already sweating like crazy. It's so humid and damp, and you can really feel that there's probably something coming. You can really feel the change in the weather because it's way too warm for 7 a.m. This is just gorgeous. Wow. Ooh, I've made it to the pass. Now there's probably 2 hours of going downhill and hopefully finding the path, because apparently it's very intermittent. Now I'm leaving the visible path and I have to head down into the into the gorge, basically down to the river. I think I have to go there. I can't see a path, so I have to get my phone out not to lose my direction, but I think I have to head for this. There's a bend in the river down there, so I have to head basically down there. So shouldn't be too hard, I hope. so stunning. Look at all the bluebells. Oh, wow. So perfect. I'm back down on the other side and I'm walking along the river Carnoch. This area is supposed to be quite boggy, and it is in places, but you can really see that it's so much better now. I'm really happy that it's so dry at the moment, so that I can cross the boggy area more easily and hike a bit faster, especially since I have such a long day today. Wow, this is so stunning. I hope you can see that on camera. All the colors, it's so lush and green, and the waterfall. The landscape feels just so unreal. I don't know, it feels like if you would model a landscape with the tiny trees and everything made of foam or something, that it would look like that. It's ridiculous. It's so picturesque and perfect, and wow, just wow. This was a first. I just met a lovely couple hiking on the Cape Wrath Trail northbound, and when we crossed path, they told me that they watch my videos, so they basically recognize me, which is crazy. That never happened to me before, like without Otto. Usually the few times I got recognized is obviously because of Otto, because he's very cute and very, like, maybe more unusual to hike with a smaller dog. Unfortunately, I didn't even remember to ask about your name, so if you're seeing this, it was so nice to meet you. Hope you had a great time on the Cape Wrath Trail. I want to keep it real here. I'm a bit nervous, to be honest, to cross over the river and walk through the boggy area. So basically everyone is telling me something else and I'm a bit nervous. But once I get to Sourlies Bothy, the harder, more remote, more technical bit is over for a couple of days, which is really nice, just to have a bit of easier days, just not shorter days, but not that much climbing and not so many boggy areas. I'm really looking forward to that, and really happy that I got to do the hard technical bits in such good weather, which was obviously easier for hiking, but also to have all these incredible views. So yeah, really happy. Can't even think about how miserable this would have been in bad weather. That's the bridge over there. Really excited now to see what it's like, if it's as bad as it is in my head, or if I can use all my experience with Scottish bogs to my advantage. This valley is just so stunning. Doesn't look too great. Looks like there could be a thunderstorm slowly forming. Whew, okay, so far it's been much easier than I thought it would be. Apparently you just have to avoid cutting across, but just following the river instead, and that should be okay. And the path is quite visible, which is great. Oh, wow! Look at all the deer in the water. They're taking a bath. Oh, wow, this is incredible. This is just magical. They can swim. I mean, okay, it's probably obvious, but oh, I've never seen that. Oh, this is so special. Okay, looks like a bit of the harder part now, because I can see people have hiked through there and I can see the path on the other side, but the tide is not out enough to do that. So, okay, maybe I'm just going to, yeah, I think I'm just going to wade across because the ground is not boggy, no quicksand. Yeah, probably the easier option, or at least cleaner option. As I can see the path coming out on the other side. Yeah, not. Okay, yeah, probably easier than getting stuck somewhere in there. And not too long until I'm done. I basically have to aim for this little hill and go up and over, and then I should already see the Bothy. I've made it across. So happy. And once again, a really good learning for me not to be too nervous, not to let things get to my head so much. It was quite easy, just sticking to the path, just walking it with my phone was really great and really easy. And yeah, now I'm going to climb up and over to the Bothy for a lunch break. Ooh. Wow. There it is. Sourlies Bothy, and even more deer just hanging around outside. I just had a little snack, but I think I'm carrying on and not stay here for too long, because as you can see, it's quite bubbling up behind me. And yeah, still have a good bit to go, maybe another 3 hours at least. So yeah, just don't want to hang around here and then being caught out in the rain or in a thunderstorm. I'm just going to try and get over the pass and then back down to the other side. Whew. This really is a tough day. Whew. I can already feel it in my legs. Whew. This is quite hard. And I have to go up there. I'm sweating so much. It's so steep. It's really pretty, but I'm a bit uneasy because I can see dark clouds bubbling up behind me, and I'm a bit afraid that there's going to be lightning. Obviously I'm not the highest point, but still it just feels very exposed, and I have another pass to go over and yeah, nothing to shelter really. I just hope it holds out for another 1.5 hours until I'm back down on the other side. This is quite boggy now. And a lot of boulders to go over. Really hard work. I'm so happy once this day is over. It's been already a very long day. There it is, the Leacach, the pass. Now it's all downhill from here. I'm so happy that I just pushed myself to hike on, because when I was in Sourlies I was seriously thinking about just staying there for the night, just because I was afraid that I would get stuck in the mountains in a thunderstorm, which is basically my biggest fear when hiking. And I was thinking about just staying there, just to do the easy thing for me, and basically almost follow my fear, which is obviously very irrational. And normally, if I wouldn't be doing the challenge, I would have maybe done that, but I didn't want to have another even longer day tomorrow and then having to shift things around. And basically that pushed me a little bit, or I pushed myself into facing my fears and just doing it. And now I'm really grateful that I did, because the weather so far, it's been holding out. I only have another maybe 1 mile to get down in a little bit of a more sheltered area. Really proud of myself now. It's probably silly and maybe hard to understand for most people, but it's really my biggest and only fear when I'm out hiking, especially when I'm on my own. I didn't see anyone for a couple of hours and it feels so remote. I can't really check the weather, see an updated forecast. So this was, for me personally, that was quite tough mentally to keep going. This has been a bit of a challenge, but also a good learning for me to trust myself, to not follow my fears if they're kind of irrational. And so happy. This is where I'm heading. This is the upper part of Glen Dessary, and there's some really beautiful woodlands down there. It's so nice to have a bit of a different scenery now, walking through the woodlands, hearing the birds, smelling the pine needles. Oh, this is so nice. Only another 30 minutes maybe to get to my end point for tonight, which is also a Bothy-A'Chuil bothy. That's probably not correctly pronounced, but that's another bothy on the Cape Wrath trail, basically the last one for me, and then I'm heading towards the Great Glen tomorrow. And really hope it's not full yet. I heard it's quite a popular bothy. I have another long day tomorrow, not with a lot of climbing, but with a quite long distance. And it's always easier and faster, obviously, to get going in the morning if I don't have to take down the tent. So really hope it's not full yet and I can just go in and have a coffee and some food, most importantly, and a rest. I can see the bothy. Wow, that's the most beautiful location overlooking the glen. Wow, look at how stunning this is with the woodlands and the river and the bothy. Woohoo! Made it to the Bothy-A'Chuil bothy, but I somehow lost my voice, which is, I don't know, kind of strange and annoying. It's been a long and a really hard day, but I'm so happy that I've made it, and now I'm just going to rest a little bit. There are a couple of other hikers here, and just having some tea and some food, and then I see you tomorrow. Good morning on day 4 of my TGO challenge. My voice is back. Not completely, but it should work. And I had a really good night at the Bothy. It was quite busy. There were people coming in late because it started to rain really heavily the entire evening. It's so nice that the nights aren't cold anymore now. It's just like 8-9 degrees and you're just totally fine. The location, as you can see, it's just stunning with the woodlands and the river running past the Bothy, and you could see some deer in the Glen. And then this morning with all the moisture there's a lot of fog. It's just magical and it was so beautiful just hearing the birds. Today's going to be a bit of a longer day. I think in total I am going to do 32 kilometers, but I really want to get to Gairlochy, which is on the Great Glen Way. And at the lochs there's toilets and a shower, which is much needed after 4 days in the wild. So I really want to go there. I need to feel fresh again, but I think it should work. It's only 7 o'clock and it's quite level. I think it's basically walking along a very long Loch Arkaig for about almost 20 kilometers, I think. I'm so happy that I have this harder, a bit more technical and very remote section behind me. When I registered for the challenge and handed in my route, I was a bit skeptical if I was overdoing it, but I wanted to see the area so badly and I knew that it would be very hard doing it with Otto, so I thought this might be my chance. And I'm really happy I did. It was so beautiful, but I'm also very happy that I got lucky with the weather and that, yeah, basically I managed to walk this section. But I'm also very happy that there's a couple of easier days ahead now where I'm not that remote without having signal for almost 4 days, but where there's a cafe here and there, and yeah, just something to sit inside if it rains, and yeah, just to not be that exposed all the time for a little bit. So I'm really looking forward to that. So let's go! This is where I'm now leaving the Cape Wrath trail and I'm heading east into Glen Dessary. Wow, this is so beautiful with the light and the fog and so quiet. This is one really long loch and I'm a bit tired already. I think I've covered a little bit over half of today's stretch, so I'm just going to start looking around for a spot on the shore to have my lunch and a rest. And still road walking. I'm at the end of the loch, the very end, after 22 kilometers of road walking along the loch. I'm done in more than one sense. I can't stop thinking about how nice it will be to take a shower later and yeah, just setting up the tent, resting, charging my things, maybe even using the laundry machine. That would be so nice. And also, I don't know if it's open today or what it is exactly. But when I submitted my route, there's some sort of a vetting system for the TGO challenge. So there's basically people that have done the challenge a couple of times or are local to the area that just give you advice on your route and ask you to change things if it's too dangerous or not doable, something like that. And the person that was revising my route actually wrote a comment about today's stretch that there's apparently some sort of museum in Achnacarry and also a little shop where I could possibly get an ice cream. So now I'm so excited. I don't know if it's open today, it's Monday, but just the thought of just buying something, anything, literally coffee, crisps, ice cream, doesn't matter. It's so nice. I think it's just another few hundred meters and I think I'll have another break there. Hopefully get something from a shop. I'm so desperate now for food. And just like that, I'm back in civilization. Oh, apparently it is open. I got a coffee and a cold lemonade and salmon. Wow, this feels so nice. This was probably the best coffee I've had in such a long time. It was so nice just turning up somewhere, getting a coffee with oat milk and a lemonade, and yeah, it was just so nice. And now look at that, I'm joining the Great Glen Way here. That's Loch Arkaig over there, and I'm heading down to the shore to walk along the loch following the Great Glen Way. And now I only have about 2 to 3 miles to get to Gairlochy, where there's an informal campsite. Basically there's showers and toilets on the loch and you can just camp next to it. Look at the Great Glen, isn't this just stunning? It's so beautiful. I've made it! I'm so excited that I made it through this very long and tough day. I'm there. This is Ben Nevis over there in the clouds. I have set up my tent. It's right by the lochs and that's where the shower and the toilet is. And now I have only one thing to do, and that is to wash 4 days worth of sunscreen and sweat and ticks off of me. Let's go! I feel so nice. I took a shower, I washed all my clothes, and just had rest in the afternoon. I charged all my things and it was just so nice, just doing nothing, just looking out to the water and resting. This is now the end of day 4 of my TGO challenge and I'm really proud so far. I had some hard days and some challenging days, but I think it's going to get a bit easier for the next couple of days. Cheers! Day 4 completed! Good night, see you tomorrow. Good morning everyone on day 5 of my TGO challenge, and as you can probably see, I'm in a really good mood. It was so nice getting this long bit of road walking that I was treading a bit done yesterday, and then washing all my clothes, taking a shower. I feel so fresh. I ate almost all the food that was left in my pack, so it's so light now. It's crazy. I'm feeling so great. The weather is not too bad either. It's a bit drizzly, but it should clear up during the day. And the next days are supposed to be really dry and stable and settled, which is great. I can't believe how lucky I've been with the weather so far. I have a bit more road walking to do this morning, but only I think 4 miles to get to Spean Bridge, and that's my first resupply point, so the first shop that I come across in almost 5 days. And I also sent a resupply parcel to the post office there that I'm going to pick up. It's not that big of a day today for me. I think it's only about 23 kilometers. I'm heading towards Benalda later, so let's go! This is the Commando Memorial, just outside of Spean Bridge. The monument was built in 1952 and it's dedicated to the commando forces of World War II that apparently, I read that on another sign yesterday, were training in the area. And now I'm heading down to Spean Bridge for some breakfast. Yay! I just had some breakfast and a coffee in Spean Bridge, and I picked up my resupply parcel. I'm heading into the mountains again. Look at this. This is where it all comes together, I feel like. You can walk to Kinloch on the West Highland Way, Glen Nevis, so I'm basically on the other side of the Ben Nevis range, and Cohur Station, which is where I'm heading. Really excited. I know the area a little bit, but I've not hiked the section I'm hiking today. But I think I'm going to stop a little bit before that and do another maybe 10-12 kilometers today, and then find something to pitch my tent. I think there's a bit of climbing to do now, obviously, because I have to go over the pass. There's another Bothy as well, and yeah, really excited. From what I've heard, the path should be good, at least for the first part today, so on a bit bigger tracks, 4x4 tracks. Ooh, probably some rain coming over there. And it's quite windy. Woo. But luckily very warm. I made it to the highest point of today, the Leacach, the pass. I really hope the wind will drop a little bit later so that I can set up my tent. I'm almost at the Bothy now, and I think I'm going to take a little break there, have a bit of water and some snacks, and then it's another 4 miles to get to Loch Treig, I think it is. And yeah, I think I'm going to pitch the tent there if it's not too tick infested, but it looks quite nice on the map, and so far it's been dry. Oh, there it is, a teeny tiny Bothy, but it looks so cute and so well maintained. Look at the surroundings, it's just beautiful. Cute. I think I'm now leaving the good 4x4 track behind, and the path is probably going to be a bit more rough, but it's not too long, and so far it's dry, no issues with visibility, so yeah, everything's fine. And the landscape today is just so gorgeous. I'm so happy that yeah, today's such a nice day. The first real rain on my challenge on day 5. So far I think I've been so lucky being able to hike in Scotland for 4.5 days without any rain, apart from a little bit at night, is really good, especially after all the wet weather I had in March and April. So yeah, this isn't too bad. Still hiking. It's already 5 p.m. but I think it's not that long anymore, maybe just under 1.5 miles, and then I'll start looking around for a camp spot. I'm feeling watched. I've made it to the Loch, and now I have to start looking around for a spot, but it just started raining more heavily. I don't know, I think there are some trees over there. I'm just I'm just going there and have a look around and decide what I'm going to do. Look at this, isn't this just gorgeous? There's not a lot of views, but I think if it clears up tomorrow, this will be so nice. There are a couple of ticks since there are sheep around, but it's not too bad, and yeah, it's already 6:30, so I think I'm just going to make a coffee and some dinner and then having a little rest. One-third of the challenge officially completed, and now only one thing left to do, and then I'm going to bed. Yay! See you tomorrow.